And based on the last couple of days, I've got one for my auntie. Can you all see me all right? When Mum first asked me to give her away, my response was gladly. I thought you'd never ask. But as today got closer and I sat down to write my speech, I realised the enormity of the task. I stand here in front of you today, honoured, and with very big shoes to fill. Most of you did not have the pleasure of meeting Gramps, and if he was here today, he would be standing in front of you now, the proudest father in the world. I knew they'd be used. He would tell you that since the moment my mum was born, she has been the most caring, selfless and thoughtful daughter, sister, mother and friend. And when she walked down the aisle today, she looked absolutely beautiful. And I couldn't agree more. He would also tell you how overwhelming it is to have the whole family in the same room together since my gran passed away 4 years ago. He would be immensely proud of my sister, my Auntie Jill, Uncle Mike, and all my cousins. I would name them all, but my Uncle Mike just keeps having them, and I can't keep track. Most of all, he and Gran would be proud to welcome the Arpinos to our family. I've got to know Anthony, Matthew, Christina, James, their partners and children over the last few years, and I think Emma would agree with me that we couldn't have wished for a better bunch to call family. Now I'd like to share some careful advice with you, Very. 1, listen. 2, remember. And 3, repeat. Listen to your instructions, remember to do them, and then repeat often without being asked. If only I'd taken my own advice when growing up. In all seriousness, I don't think Ray could have been any more perfect for Mum than if he was picked out of a catalogue. And that is because he was. In 2010, Mum had given up hope that she would meet her match until one evening my sister insisted on taking over the search for the perfect man. Scrolling through datingdirect.com, she came across the Italian stallion. She decided to impress him with a wink and a badly constructed Italian email. Now, past experiences tells me that Mum's Italian's chat-up lines have not always been successful. That is, however, when the chat-up lines were provided for me. As a teenager, I remember being here at Shiplake and fancying my luck with a group of lovely-looking Italian girls that were staying. I approached them with the lines Mum had given me, but a few weird looks made it apparent that I wasn't impressing them at all. Un caca mia montandi was far less romantic than I imagined. I had apparently pooed my pants. Fortunately, the chat-up lines she chooses for herself had impressed Ray, and he soon invited her to dinner at a Chinese restaurant in Cookham that very week. All was going well on the date until the prawn crackers arrived. Mum nervously went straight for the dips with a big scoop. Little did she know she'd gone for the super hot chili, and within moments was profusely red, choking and spluttering whilst Ray looks on in fits of giggles. I think we can safely say it was love at first bite. Their romance had continued to blossom with numerous trips around the world, wining and dining and enjoying good life together. In fact, it was on one of those many trips that Ray popped the question. I'm told it was over a romantic lunch where the view, the music, the way the sun sparkled in Mum's eyes just got the better of Ray. Either that or the bottle of Rioja he'd drunk to himself. Joking aside, it was apparent quite quickly after meeting Ray, he is a kind, generous family man and has always welcomed all of our own, family and friends. I couldn't ask for a better guy to call my stepdad. It leaves me to thank you all so much for being here. Mum and Ray wanted every one of you to share their special day, and I know some of you have travelled a very long way. I will see you all on the dance floor later. Just one final thing. My gran shared her secret to a happy marriage shortly before she passed. She said, choose someone that you laugh with every day, and as long as you have a sense of humour, everything will work out just fine. This gives me great confidence that Mum and Ray will have a lifelong happy marriage, because they're always laughing together. Mostly at Ray, but who's keeping track? If you can please charge your glasses, I would like to raise a toast to good friends, new family, lots of laughter, and most of all, Mum and Ray. I'd now like to welcome Raymond to the stage.
Oh dear. Daniel, thanks ever so much indeed. That was wonderful. Thank you. Well, gosh, where do I start? Well, the last time I remember I wrote a speech was at my daughter's wedding, and if you asked me would I be making a speech at my own wedding today, I would never have believed it, but there you go. You know, so bizarre is that. Now, I know what you're all thinking, and I want you to think about this, is when are we going to be starting our family? Well, I've spoken to Sue about this, and we've decided we're going to leave it for a couple of years. Little does she know, I've got to have the operation reversed. Anyhow, now that I know what you're all thinking, well, I can't really go to that point there at the moment. I've read the wrong line. Actually. Oh, God. I'm going to have to read this because oh, God, no, they bloody words. Now, first of all, I'd like to welcome our family and friends for honouring us on this very special day. Especially to those who have come from far as Australia, Abu Dhabi, Yorkshire and Wales to be with us today. I would also like to say on behalf of Anthony, Matthew, Christina, James and myself that we would like to welcome Daniel and Emily into the Alpino household. Or Emma. and listen, I hope you all know what you're letting yourselves in for, all right? Right. God dear, I'll be glad when this is all over. We would like to say a massive thank you to all our gorgeous bridesmaids, Christina and Emma, all right? They really... That's all right. They look absolutely adorable, don't they? And of course, to our beautiful flower girls, Sia and Maisie. You know, it makes us very proud to have such beautiful children and grandchildren, and we would like to thank them all very, very much for their love and support. Thank you, Dan, for giving me the permission to marry your mother. I know it has meant so much to her for having you by her side today. And I know that your Gran and Gramps will be looking down on us all today and being so proud of you too. Next is to Paul, my best man. He will, I'm sure you, tell about our childhood and friendship in a moment. And I would like to say a huge thank you to him for agreeing to be my best man. I might regret that actually saying, once I've heard what he has to say in his speech. He is, however, a true and loyal friend, and both Sue and I love him and his lovely wife Lynn to bits. They are one of the kindest couples you could ever wish to meet. Thank you too, Paul, for organising such a great stag do. Good job it was a few weeks ago, wasn't it? Because maybe I'll still be... That's right. Mind you, it was good. It was good. The girls are already modelling their gifts from us. But Paul and Dan, please accept these gifts from us both. That's all right. No, don't need that. So what I'd like to do now is, can we all please stand and raise our glasses, all right, to Christina, Emma, Maisie, Sia, Dan and Paul. Good health to them all. Oh, God. Right, now I know that in keeping with that of my golf buddy Malcolm, my speech, yes, I haven't started it yet, will be in rhyme to compete with that of his poem, which we'll all still be hearing a little bit later. So here goes. Well, the wait to get wed is now over. Our day has arrived at last. The planning is finished. It all went okay. But how did the day go so fast? All you guests have so kindly gathered to witness the events of today. And I find myself feeling nervous in making a speech in this way. It's not the first time today, I assure you, that I've had to raise from my seat, with some sheets of paper in my hand and feeling that all's not complete. My task is now to express our thanks on behalf of myself and my wife, and that the biggest thanks are due to all of you for sharing this day in our life. With special thanks to those friends who have come here from so far away, we are delighted to have you here with us. It has really made our day. I'm sure if my parents were here, they would be delighted to witness this day. I'd like to think that Sue's would too, and especially in not having to pay. With the formal ceremony now complete, at last we are husband and wife, to love and to cherish, but not obey, especially for the rest of our life. You can't imagine how happy it has made me. It's truly a wonderful thing. And I'm feeling oh so proud to be wearing this wedding ring. I'm told that a secret of marriage, and for us men a good rule of thumb, is whenever you are wrong, just admit it, and on the rare times you're right, just stay stum. Now the photos being taken today, I'm feeling a bit of a strain. It's tough when you're wrinkly like me to keep smiling again and again. But the photos will help us to remember all you friends and gave up their time to spend this wedding day with us, and it's subjected to this awful rhyme. I think that Sue looks stunning. The bridesmaids look beautiful too. They make me feel quite underdressed, even though my suit is quite new. Now Sue arranged the wedding and planned the wedding bridesmaids be dressed. I have to admit it was worth it, and I trust, like me, you're impressed. I guess that you all know our history and the unusual way that we met. It began when we found each other on a site on the internet. We then exchanged some emails, but quickly got frustrated by that. So we decided to jump in the deep end, and we went out for some lunch and a chat. We met at the Peking Inn in Cookham on May 15th, 2010. We didn't stop talking and laughing and agreed to meet up again. But I honestly never expected such a change in my life, and that 3 years, 7 months and 6 days later, that Sue would be my wife. To me, Sue is beautiful. She is understanding, gentle and smart, with a lovely, sweet, caring nature that truly touches your heart. She is all that a man could wish for, a partner that is truly exciting. I could go on and on with such plaudits, but I just can't read Sue's writing. So now that I've made it quite clear that my words are what I meant, it's time for a toast, so please be upstanding, all of you ladies and gents. Now I trust that my lovely wife Sue will not feel uncomfortably coy when we all drink a toast to Sue, my new bride and joy. To Sue. Now, it's not just a wife that I've gained, but a loving family for free. And I'm truly grateful for the way you have warmly welcomed me. So thanks to all of you making this day one that we will surely remember. May our future days be happy, but hopefully less bloody expensive. So, everybody, cheers. Thank you very much. Now that's ironic.